Hi, I'm Hannah, and this is our podcast, Chokka, made by us 20 Stories High Youth Theatre and Luke Barnes, in collaboration with Unedited.
This podcast contains strong language and themes of depression that may be triggering for some listeners. For information on support organisations and helplines, please visit the resources section of our website, 20storieshigh.org.uk.
We're telling you a story about a character we call Jem. We all take it in turns to play Jem. We're sharing the storytelling between us. Every now and then, we pause the story to share with you some of the pieces of art we've been making as a response to what the story explores. In previous episodes, Jem has been experiencing anxiety and insomnia because they can't be themselves in their new relationship. They feel like they are too weird to be honest about who they are. Jem has tried to find other people like them online, but this hasn't helped. They wonder if they might be brave enough to confide in their partner.
I've never done drama before. I changed to drama because they're here. They love it, and they're good at it. They like Leonardo meets Mila Kunis. I just look at them.
They volunteer for everything. They're the funniest and the best looking. They're amazing.
I'm terrible, but I wanted to be in the room. Partly to be closer to them, partly because of jealousy. We play games. For a second I feel normal. I forget who I am.
And at the end, the teacher, who smells like milk, says we have to write our own art. Something new. And I'm shitting myself.
And I ask them, what should it be about?
Something real.
How real?
The realer the better. That's what art is.
Would you read something for me?
Okay.
You promise not to judge me.
No, of course.
I'm as nervous as J.K. Rowling at the Trans March. I have what I wrote. I don't know whether to hand it in, but I want them to read it.
I want them to read what I wrote, because I want them to know what I am, in my room, at 4:48.
You can be with someone and not feel safe. Oh, I'd curl up in a cat like a ball. I watch them flick through the papers, and in their eye...
Right there, just for a second. And I know it's a second, right there in their eye. A tear.
And it's lovely. And they look up, right here, and they don't say anything. And they hug me. And we don't speak, we just hug in eternity. And we kiss. And I know this is love. They look at me and they say,
Me too.
And I am happy. Hi, my name's Rosie, and this is a piece that I've written about self-care. I am human. I am hurting. And that's okay. Just a little bit kinder. Let go of the hate, let go of the fear. I can be messy, bruised, and broken here. Taking the time to look after myself. Nothing big or extravagant, but a face mask and bar of chocolate isn't a bad idea. This self-care is hard sometimes, and in a world where almost everywhere people are telling you that you aren't good enough, you can forget who you are. So in the deepest, darkest bit of your mind, the bit filled with insults from childhood bullies, sharp words you never wanted to hear, and goodbyes that sting like a knife in your back, find it and say, I don't hate myself anymore. And say it again, I don't hate myself anymore. And say it every time you get knocked down, when your first instinct when you mess up is to call yourself names until you shrink into a ball of all the things you used to be. It's not easy, I know, but you are loved. And when just for one moment I was kind to myself, something felt different. You will need some space to heal and some time to grow, and even though your heart is heavy, you don't have to do it alone. To be kind to yourself is the simplest act of self-care. To know you are fragile, to be gentle, to know you are human, because human is okay. You matter more than you know, so don't sit on a shelf doubting and belittling yourself. Your anxiety and depression does not make you a freak. You can do anything but not everything, so take it slow. Breathe, nourish your body, talk to people, and sleep. Just a little bit kinder. Let go of the hate, let go of the fear. We're all messy, bruised, and broken here.
So, Emily, what does self-care mean to you?
I guess maybe like looking after yourself, so knowing that, I don't know, if you're feeling a bit down or just not right, you can, go talk to someone, like, I don't know, my mum or something.
Anything else, do you think?
What I really enjoy is like running a bath. I don't do it that much because I normally have showers, but just like putting loads of like bubble bath stuff in it, so there's loads of bubbles, and putting candles on and music and just like sitting there.
Oh, nice, yeah. I miss that because I usually get showers. That would be something. But for me, I like to dance. I put my earphones on and dance around my flat because I want to be respectful to the neighbours, so I don't want the music blasting. Yeah. So if we just need a little bit of a minute, I'll put my earphones on and have a dance right now in the flat. I think I'm in like a dance video and stuff. And I'm like,
that sounds really fun.
And it makes me feel good. Apart from I realise that people probably see me shadow through the blinds and just think, wow.
What is happening?
Just, yeah, exactly. Just see, there's that weird girl.
God.
There's that weird girl with the weird little cat. With the cat trying to escape out the window. Yeah.
The next day, the sun shines. It's different. The world isn't so quite grey.
I slept. I dreamt of nothing. Just the abyss of darkness. My body feels rested.
I feel like fucking Joe Wicks. I feel amazing. I skip into school. Everyone's smiling. There's loads of smiling faces and I'm like,
hi. Hey. Hello there. Hello. Hail. Like a legend.
I'm Jay Hurst in a world of Lauren Foxes. I'm skipping. I'm literally skipping. This is new. This is...
What's that? They're there. And they're talking to everyone else. They go quiet, they can't look at me, shuffling their feet around like penguins. And I know. They're silent.
And they say,
hi.
You told everyone.
I run away and out of school, and I run through the streets.
And I don't know where I'm going. I'm in a field now. I'm running. I'm running faster than Usain Bolt and a train combined. And I hear voices behind me.
Loads of them. I turn around, and they're there. They followed me. Their eye is glimmering.
What do you want? I gave you something personal and you told them. You told them all of my secrets. You told them everything.
More people from my class, they followed.
I didn't mean to say anything, but...
Leave me alone.
And they say,
listen, I just want to say I can't sleep because I sometimes worry that you'll walk away because I'm not enough for you. I sometimes can't sleep because I don't think that I can make my parents proud. I sometimes can't sleep because I'm short. I sometimes can't sleep because I worry about what I said online. I get this. And you're not weird. I feel like this all the time. And it gets worse because I feel like I'm the only one. And I'm not. That's what we're talking about. I told them about me because I knew you did too. And they did too. I felt like you made me, like, normal.
I don't believe you.
I am scared of the ocean.
When I'm making tea, I pretend I'm in a musical.
When I'm alone, I just grab one of the guitars in my room and I have it on me with the strings and hole facing upwards, and I just talk to myself in the guitar because it feels as if someone's talking back to me, the echo.
Sometimes I like to lie on the floor because it feels more comfortable than sitting on my bed or a chair.
I'm just perfect.
Be quiet, Fred. I eat scrambled eggs with barbecue sauce, but it tastes nice.
I eat my eggs with ketchup.
I don't drink tea. I can fit an entire pencil case under me boob.
I put the milk before the cereal.
I never sleep in PJs. I always wear pants on.
I love manga and anime. I'm such a massive weeb. You can't get away from me.
I feel like people hate me, even though they're my friends and they have always stood with me.
I'm double jointed, so when I put my arm out straight, it looks like I've got an inside-out elbow. And everyone says it's like weird, but I kind of love it.
My right leg is longer than my left leg.
I'm probably the fattest drag queen looking thing you'll ever meet. I wear way too much makeup for my liking. The bottom lashes are just, oh my god, they hurt so much.
I count the stairs. Yeah, if I go up, I count them, and when I come back down, I count them. Like one of them's gonna go missing.
I probably dance way too much. Like I'll just start spontaneously dancing in the most random way, and I even start dance battles with myself. Never know who really wins, but I mean,
So basically, before anyone's upstairs, I go into my room, then I get my pillow, I settle it in the middle, then I get 2 other pillows, put it aside next to them, then I get other teddies, and I put it all around, and I got this it's like a round pillow, I put that at the end, then I get the quilts, and then put it all over them, then I get in, and that's when I sleep.
When I go to bed, I always have to cuddle something before I can go to sleep.
I don't smoke, drink or do drugs because I've saw the effect that it has on people.
This was a journey for myself. It was not for anyone else or anyone who cared about me or this person that I liked or that person. This was for me because I never felt beautiful. And for once, I wanted to feel beautiful and confident and love myself, every part of myself. And now I do, which I find extremely beautiful.
And standing here in this field with all these weirdos staring at me, saying these truths, for the first time I don't feel weird. I feel completely normal. And I can see we all have something. No one is alone. This isn't weird, we all have something.
So maybe the problem isn't us, it's what we're told. I feel safe, and the universe doesn't take it away from me. It's opened itself up, because knowing the world is all weirdos.
All scared, all human. There's so much life to live, and I'm ready for it.
So what do? We live.
We are all weird.
And that's what makes us normal.
Let's embrace it.
Andrew's top tip for happiness is try to be yourself, no matter whether you're with a load of people who are similar to you or a load of people who are different. You have to try and be yourself and be honest to yourself no matter what the circumstances.
If you want to be happy, follow God.
Make a list of the things that are making you feel sad, write them down, and then burn it.
If there's a hobby you love or something you love, then sit down, cancel your plans, and just do the hobby.
You'd need to surround yourself with people who you feel safe around and who you can be just yourself, because that's the only true meaning to be happy.
You can do anything, but not everything.
Stop thinking about what everyone thinks, because at the end of the day, no one really cares.
Gaan pet a home. Tillich a rabbit. Try to listen to some of your favourite music.
Having a conversation with my sister and her stupid stuff that makes me laugh.
If you want to be happy, just live.
Just do what you love, innit, man?
everybody's different, especially in the Black Lives Matters moment. Everyone should be treated like the same, because nobody's perfect. And even if they're not perfect, doesn't mean you go and kill them or harass them or something. Everyone's different, and you have to understand their personalities. Even if you don't like it, you just gotta stand there and do it.
Thank you for listening to our podcast, Chokka. Chokka was written by Luke Barnes in collaboration with 20 Stories High Youth Theatre. The audio script was developed by Danny Mosley. Chokka was performed by the 20 Stories High Youth Theatre and directed by Nathan Powell. The producer for 20 Stories High was Lucy Graham, and our audio producers were Unedited.
To learn more about us and to keep in touch, follow us on our socials. They're linked in the description of this podcast. And if you need any support of any of the themes we covered in this story, a good place to start is Young Minds. www.youngminds.org.uk.